Why is a Montessori teacher traditionally referred to as a director or directress? Yes, of course, they are teachers and usually don't mind being called teacher, but the truth is, they do not have the absolute responsibility of teaching in the classroom. In a Montessori mixed-age classroom, Montessori teachers also share the teaching responsibilities with their students as well. Cooperation, collaboration, and peer teaching is a huge part of the learning style in a Montessori classroom. You will not only see a 6-year-old teaching a 4-year-old their letter sounds, but you will also see 3-year-olds supporting each other in reaching social and cognitive goals as well. Different combinations of peer support and teaching happening in a Montessori classroom is encouraged and a valued part of their success of not only individual victories, but how the classroom works in harmony as a whole. Students in a Montessori classroom also learn from the physical environment and the lessons and objects that are prepared for them. In her book, The Discovery of the Child, Maria Montessori wrote, "The work of education is divided between the teacher and the environment. For the teaching teacher, there has been substituted a much more complex combination consisting of teacher and many different objects. And both teacher and objects cooperate in a child's education. In fact, the objects or lessons in the classroom are not there to help a teacher explain a concept, but there to help a child discover the concept for himself." You can see now, the adult in a Montessori classroom is only a percentage of what is doing the actual teaching. So what is a directress or director doing when they are not immediately involved in the teaching part of their role? Well, you probably guessed it. They are directing. First, they are directing the natural energies in a child, meaning that Montessori directors trust that all humans, no matter how young, are striving toward their own unique potential, be it academic, social, emotional, or physical. Here are a few examples. If a Montessori director sees a child confident in knowing the sounds each letter makes, they then direct their natural energy into hearing what happens when we blend those letters together to create words. If there are two children who have a natural energy of being together, a Montessori directress could help expand their relationships in terms of collaborative or cooperative goals that could be met within the classroom. If there is a student that needs guidance in self-soothing or controlling their anger, a Montessori director would present the lessons in the peace area so the child could then direct their energies toward healing. And if there's a child who has the natural energy to move big, the Montessori directress would create lessons to help the student develop and refine this physical need in a safe space. It is in these examples that the students and the lessons are teaching the child, and the Montessori directress is simply pointing them in the right direction. A Montessori director is observing and ready to spot spontaneous activity in each of their students and ready to support their development and interest in these pursuits. This type of teaching demands a knowledge of child development, as well as a mastery understanding of the curriculum in the classroom. But it also demands a level of creativity and adaptability in their leadership style as well. I feel that Montessori teachers are not only directors, but producers and editors as well. They are producers needing to be able to come up with intelligent ideas that can support individuals as well as the classroom as a whole. They also need to edit, knowing when to limit specific behaviors and remove physical obstacles that are hindering development. It is a humbling career to have a great knowledge of children's needs, to have multiple roles going on simultaneously, to consistently think in a manner both creatively and intelligently, and to have responsibility with life that is so vulnerable, only to then equal yourself to the young children in your classroom and the objects on your shelf. But this humbling, trusting, guiding relationship created with the children is what makes being a Montessori director so extraordinary.